The second race of the weekend for the Northern Ireland Saloons and Saloons is about to get underway. It's Darren McMullen on pole position after his race 1 victory earlier on this morning. The best of the battling arguably was in the saloon category in race 1, and that's a battle that looks set to rage throughout the duration of race 2 as well. So a slight mix of the grid this time around then. Darren McMullen is now at the wheel of the number 17 car, and he is on pole position, with Brian Berry and Barry English second and third, a reversed grid therefore for the Seats. In the Saloons, it is Matt Linus on pole position in his Clio, Gavin Kilkey's rear-wheel drive BMW alongside, then Donald O'Neill and Johnny Smith with Greer Ray, the fast-starting Greer Ray, fifth for this one, ahead of Keith Ray and Luke Baxter in the Civic. So race 1 was very entertaining, particularly in the early laps. What does race 2 have in store for us? Away we go. Good start made again by the rear-wheel drive BMWs. Through they all come, and it's going to be, I think, the number 11 of Johnny Smith that gets the saloon lead, and he's actually into third place already overall as they go into the first corner, ahead of, I think that's Brian Berry, isn't it? So the order in the Seats appears to be, on 40 lock, I think it'll be English ahead of McMullen, ahead of Berry. Then in the Saloons, it's Johnny Smith that leads the way. Second place is, I think that's 71 Gavin Kilkey in second, yes it is, and then third for Greer Ray. So the three BMWs again have got themselves to the front, but in a different order this time around. Then Donald O'Neill, so Donald O'Neill crucially is ahead of Matt Linus in the Clio. Remember, he spent most of race 1, or all of race 1, trying to get past the Clio and never was able to do it. Where is the Clio? There it is, it's some way back, so not a good start at all there for Linus. He's got some real work to do. Front of the field though, it is the race 1 winner Barry English that's already got himself ahead of Darren McMullen in second. Third place Brian Berry. Then they got back to the Saloons, 11 from 71 from 3. So Smith from Kilkey and Greer Ray, the order in the top 3. Then O'Neill, then Keith Ray, I think Blackbeard is next. Of Linus and the Civic of Luke Baxter. We're on board with the pole sitter in the saloon element of the race. Matt Linus' Clio powers his way across the start-finish line then and into the first corner. The saloon part of the race is once again, I think, likely to be where most of the action is here, down into the braking zone at Colonial. Donald O'Neill already fishing around trying to find a way past Greer Ray. Hasn't had quite such a spectacular start this time, but it was still a good getaway. Left himself from 5th on the grid to 3rd into the first corner, but the best of the starts by far made by Johnny Smith, who started only 1 place ahead of Greer Ray, but actually got past 2 or 3 extra cars because he was briefly ahead of one of the Seats. Oh, O'Neill at the inside of Greer Ray into the chicane. That was a nice move. Oh, and a spin for Johnny Smith's gone round for the race lead. Johnny Smith has lost it at the chicane and will rejoin, but right at the back, and unfortunately for Johnny, it's been a bit of a trying weekend for him. The spin that he had in race 1, this one though self-inflicted, and he's dropped out of the lead, and Donald O'Neill therefore now finds himself all of a sudden in second position. It was a nice move that he made against Greer Ray to get into third position, and then Johnny Smith threw away the race lead, so now only 1 BMW between the Seat and the race lead. That BMW is being piloted by the very rapid Gavin Kilkey, who's looking to try and take over the Saloon Championship lead in this race potentially, or BMW Championship lead I should say, away from Greer Ray. Of course there's only 1 position between them now, in BMW terms that is. The Seat is running to a slightly different class, all within the saloon part of the race, but they do run to their own point systems, and I think with that in mind, Kilkey didn't want to put up too much of a fight, and he lets Donald O'Neill get the inside line fairly easily into Fisherman's, so through he goes. Right, battle on our hands now for second place in the Coopers, and a big lock up there for Darren McMullen as he tries to fend off Brian Berry here. Brian knows that in race 1, at least in the early stages, he had the speed to go after Barry English and was really harrying the eventual race winner. It was only really midway through when they started catching the back markers that Barry was able to pull away. Brian Berry now has to get past McMullen before he can even think about going after the leader, who already is several seconds ahead. So this might be the race really for second position. I don't think there's much catching Barry English in this one now. The first race by just about 4.5 seconds. In this one he's already a good 3 seconds or so ahead, I'd say, if they go through Fisherman's. And, Brian Berry frustratedly staring at the back of that very well prepared number 17 Seat, but he'd rather not be seeing it in front of him, he'd rather be admiring it in his rear view mirror. Takes a nice line through the chicane, lots of curb use. They don't even bother going to the edge of the road. Even the race leader, Barry English, I think it's so just ingrained in their brains that they need to drive defensively down that back straight that even when they're on their own, they drive down the middle of the road. Very, very close there under break from them. McMullen cocks a rear wheel, so too does Brian Berry. Can Brian get the switch back? No, still the 17 car hangs on. across the start-finish line. Beautiful sight they make, absolutely nose to tail, these two. Through Debtor's dip once again, and Barry English, this very common sight to Barry English with his headlights ablaze, trying to get past somebody, but just not able to do it. He spent the entirety of the first half of race 1 staring at the rear bumper of Barry English's car. Now he's seeming to have similar difficulty in getting past Darren McMullen too. Mullen in the 17 machine, well at the moment, not overly defending, just driving down the inside of the road when he needs to. This is the part of the circuit where Berry seems quicker through the chicane, and that is the right place to be quicker, because that means you can start to tee up and move down at the hairpin, but he's not close enough. Through the braking zone again, Mullen leading off the number 10 car then. In the Saloons, there's not been any change at the moment, I don't think. It's still the O'Neill and Kilkie battle that's going on for the race lead in the Saloons, with Matt Linus trying to get back through the order in that Clio. This is one of the closest battles on the track though, and it's still 17 ahead of 10. Just no way through here for Brian Berry, who started second and will have been frustrated, no doubt, to have allowed Barry English through at the start, because Barry, of course, started one place behind him with the reversed grid, and in theory that should have maybe given him the opportunity to lead from the front here, but through went Barry right at the start. Brian Berry wasn't able to go with him. This is on board with Matt Linus then, so he's catching the leading the leading trio of Saloons, and it is the Seat that's out in front now. So Donald O'Neill has got himself ahead of Gavin Kilkie, and now Kilkie's got his big title rival Greer Ray right behind him. Greer has a little peek to the inside there into Fisherman's. Not sure whether that one came off though. Seats flash across the start-finish line. Still Barry English leading, Darren McMullen second, and Brian Berry in third, and Brian Berry really starting to apply the pressure now, forcing the 17 car to drive very defensively into Colonial, but as we've seen time and again, even if you take that tight line into Colonial 1, there's just no room through Colonial 2 to do anything with that extra momentum that you take from the wider line. So the defensive car almost always stays in front, and now a mistake made by Brian Berry. It's a bit wide over the curb. So he loses a car length or so, and now he won't get as much of a slipstream down the back straight, so it'll take him the next lap or so probably to be able to close that back down again. Maybe he's going to have to wait until they catch the traffic and see if that maybe plays into his hands, but in race 1 it didn't. It seemed to hold him back more than help him out. So Brian Berry, excuse me, starting to wonder what on earth he has to do here to overtake someone around Kirkistown. Well, clearly Matt Linus has figured out how to overtake people, because he's got past Greer Ray now. He's into third position in the Saloons. He's got the other two cars in front of him still to try and overtake. First of all, number 71 Gavin Kilkie will be his target. Now let's see what this Clio straight line speed is really like. He's in the tow, heading down the back straight, not a huge amount in it. He's inching towards the BMW, but not taking huge chunks out of him in fairness. So whilst the Clio is rapid, it's not any quicker really than the BMWs. It's the brakes. Goes out of the final turn once again and looks to try and size up the BMW. Where is he quicker? If it's not in a straight line, you're going to have to try and either force a mistake out of Kilkie or maybe just outbrake him into a braking zone, so where this is a possible opportunity, but I don't think he's really close enough. Clio should be better on the brakes though. It was marginally, but wasn't significantly later than Kilkie, who was able to make a move, so Linus stuck in third for the time being, but he does seem to have good overall pace, and there's a mistake there from Kilkie, but they both run a bit wide actually at Fisherman's. The Clio is marginally quicker off the corner, but the BMW I think will stay in front, and indeed it does. And then Linus misses the apex a bit there through the first part of the chicane, so struggling a little bit here then. The Clio doesn't seem to have quite the speed maybe that it had in race 1, where it was able to get back to the front fairly quickly and defend its lead from Donald O'Neill. Well, O'Neill is getting away now. Here comes Linus with a little look at the inside. He's late on the brakes, but needs to be maybe a car length or so closer. As they come off the corner though, the Clio is a bit quicker, and now I think he should be able to do it. So Matt Linus Going to the outside line, down into the first corner at Debtors Dip. He's got his nose in front of the line, and he should be able to complete the manoeuvre as they turn into turn number 1. There is O'Neill, there is Linus into second position, so he's ahead of Gavin Kilkie now. Now, I'm sure, set off after the leader of the race, which is still Donald O'Neill. It's the Saloon race. That now puts the BMWs back together as well. Greer Ray has another chance to attack his season-long sparring partner, Gavin Kilkie. They go through Fishman's again, and instantly, as soon as he saw Kilkie lose that position, he was straight on the case, wasn't he? And pulls onto the rear bumper now of the 71 car. Throughout this season so far, Kilkie won the first 2 races of the season. Then the third round, it was Greer Ray that did the double. In fact, he won 4 races on the trot through May. And then Kilkie had a non-finish, in fact, in the June meeting here at Kirkistown. Neither of them have won, though, for about 3 or 4 races now, so it's about time, they will say, that they got back to the front. Well, here is the man right at the front of the field. That's Barry English scything his way through in the Cupra, putting a lap on the leading Saloon cars. Now, might this possibly open up an opportunity for Matt Linus to attack Donald O'Neill? Well, no, because he's going to let English go and then hope that Barry maybe opens the door for him. Donald O'Neill needs to be careful here. There's a gap on the inside. English goes for it. Now, how close is Matt Linus? Not close enough is the answer. So O'Neill withstands that little move easily enough. Matt Linus has really dropped back now, back into the clutches of the 2 BMWs, who themselves are nose to tail. Heading into the chicane once more, and a wayward line there for Kilkie. Greer Ray will surely carry more speed down the back straight as a result. The other 2 Cupras not that far back either, so we're going to play into this battle. How will it all settle out there? That's the question. Onto the brakes they go. Greer Ray looking up the inside of Gavin Kilkie, and he's late on the brakes. He might just have been able to make that stick. Yep, Greer Ray's gone through. Into third position he goes in the Saloons, and make sure not to run too wide on the exit as well. Kilkie, though, does get a slightly better exit, but then you've got the Cupra pulling alongside as well of Darren McMullen. Then 3 abreast across the start-finish line. McMullen does put a lap on them, but what's going to happen with the BMWs? Has Kilkie been able to go back through? Yes, he has. So Greer Ray, just as soon as he got third place away, ends up handing straight back again at the end of the straight, and Kilkie now ends up getting the number 3 Cupra of Brian Berry between them briefly, and Brian not being waved through all that easily. Now he makes the move stick. See the performance differential there, how much quicker that Seat is in a straight line. Later on the brakes, more mid-corner speed for the extra downforce that it carries. So it's fairly easy in a way for them to get through. But with that speed differential, they can sometimes catch the back markers a little bit unawares. That almost looked to have happened there, but they survive it okay. Now he goes to put a lap on the side-by-side battle for the Saloon lead. The Clio of Matt Linus moving alongside Donald O'Neill here into the braking zone. The Seat, the green Seat that is, on the inside line. Now this is a complete role reversal from race 1, where it was the Clio defending from the Seat. This time it's the Seat in front, so where does the Clio have an edge? I suspected in race 1 that the Clio was a bit quicker in a straight line. Well, if that's the case, and Linus now has a slipstream, he should be able to make fairly light work of Donald O'Neill's Seat, but he's not got through yet. All of the Seat Leon Super Cobras have now put a lap on them, so there's no more lappery to be dealt with for the time being. Into the last third of the race again now. Linus needs to start really thinking this through. Where is the best opportunity to make the move? The Seat looks really strong through this chicane, or at least it did earlier on in the race. What's the run like this time? Linus, we're on board with him now, so we'll see who takes more curb. Pretty even on the way in. Slightly tighter line actually by Linus through the second part, but actually O'Neill still comes off the corner better. Now we're in the slipstream. Are we catching the Seat? Not that noticeably, in fairness, so Donald O'Neill's found a bit of extra performance from that 1.8 litre turbo Seat engine, but so much later on the brakes is the Clio. Oh, it's too late on the brakes, and straight on at the hairpin he goes, and he will lose second and third positions potentially, certainly second place, because Gavin Kilkie's gone through, and now Greer Ray pulls up alongside as well to try and move back into P3, so Matt Linus, just a mistake there, forced himself almost into the error. He should be able to fight back, I think, on the inside of Greer Ray into Debtors Dip, which indeed he does. So he's still third, but there's now a car between himself and Donald O'Neill, the race leader, which he now once again has to get past. And I don't know that he's going to have enough time to do that. So late on the brakes there, just trying to do something about the Cooper in front, and in the end couldn't stop his own car. So Matt Linus back down into third position. They've both sort of held each other up there now, so actually Gavin Kilkey's a bit closer to Toddle O'Neill than he was a couple of laps ago. Linus has what to do once again. He managed to get past Kilkey reasonably quickly earlier on. We didn't see the move, but it didn't take him long. He was through within a lap or so, so we're hoping to recreate that again here if he can. Down into the braking zone, he's looking to the inside again. Clear once more. This time it looks like he will make the corner. Wasn't actually late enough on the brakes to complete a manoeuvre there. The BMW drifts a bit wide though, so the Clio attacks once more in a straight line, and it should be able to drive straight through here. I think it's got his nose in front again, and just as we saw in race 1, it's able to drive past Gavin Kilkey in a straight line. So just like that, Linus is back into second place just over a lap after he lost that second position, and still not that far behind Donald O'Neill. So O'Neill certainly not home and dry in this one just yet. Into the Fisherman's right-hander. Again, a little bit wide, but seems to carry good momentum from these wide lines, almost as if it's an intentional sort of driving style. Leader comes through though. We're going to see the last lap board this time. Yes, we are. So Barry English looking good for the double here. He's nearly 10 seconds clear now of Darren McMullen in second, and he too has pulled about 3 or 4 seconds over Brian Berry behind. So I don't think we're going to see any changes within the Seat Leon Supercopa part of the race. As I said, most of the entertainment really has been behind them in the saloons. How entertaining it's been, but is Donald O'Neill going to be able to hang on then, or can Matt Linus find a way back ahead? Leader though out of Fisherman's, down into the chicane, one more time over the curbs. It's been the most spectacular of these curbs all weekend long. You can see it there, the car bottoms out, bounces around, and we've had a change for the lead. Oh no, and off goes Linus! Linus went through on the inside of O'Neill at the first corner, took the lead in the saloons, and then spins it all away. Here's what happened. Well, the rear end of these Clios are notoriously twitchy, very stiff rear suspension, and I think the bumps at Detter's dip just unsettled the car, and around she went, and well, unfortunately for Matt Linus, he will now fall back behind. He'll be off the podium again, I'd have thought now. Well, that's a shame. He had made the move, and it was a great battle, but in the end, it comes to nothing for the Clio. Out of the hairpin, though, comes Barry English, a double race victory in the Northern Ireland Saloons and Seats for the Seat Leon Supercopa and Barry English. Second will go to Darren McMullen, and Brian Berry will have to settle for a second and a third place out of the weekend's racing. There's your result then in the Seats. English by 10.6 seconds in the end, with Brian Berry a further 4 seconds back. And then in the Saloons, Donald O'Neill takes a dramatic victory in his Seat, with Gavin Kilkey's BMW in second, Greer A third, and Matt Linus dropped to fourth after that last lap spin, with Johnny Smith, Keith Ray and Luke Baxter the last of the finishers.
Barry, a double race victory today at Kirkistown. Not a bad day's work for you. That one you had a little bit easier though. You sort of made the break early on, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I was a little bit lucky off the line. Brian had a mechanical problem with his gears, so that kind of gave me the break. These cars are very similar, so the start is kind of key. It's really hard to pass them in a race, so once I got that, I knew it was kind of, once I had no mechanical fails myself, I knew I was in luck. But yeah, it's been a good day. It's nice to get back-to-back wins. Maybe a few less cars here today help, but we'll always take the wins when we can get them.
They're great cars as well, aren't they? It's good to see them out here. It's a car you don't see that much of, certainly over in England. You can really stretch their legs around here, can't you, as well, with the long straights and the sweeping corners?
Yeah, we normally race in Mondello. There's 2 tracks, there's a national and international, and it's much shorter between the bends. This track is really, really good for this car. They're a super car, they're bulletproof, they're race made by Seat and the Seat factory, so they're all identical, and it's really, really lovely car to drive. We drove the Nürburgring there a few weeks ago now, and it was just phenomenal over there. Really, really nice.
Well, you've been the man to beat this weekend. Congratulations on the 2 wins.
Thank you very much. Thank you.